I'm Michelle Tyler, and I'm with Mirage, Visions of Fleetwood Mac. And the first record I ever bought was the Beatles, Meet the Beatles. And that was the first one. I actually saw the Beatles when I was a little tiny kid, little kid. We started off doing cover music, and we would do a lot of Fleetwood Mac songs, and people would always say, why don't you play more Fleetwood Mac? You seem to have a similar type of voice. And I love Fleetwood Mac. I mean, I was with them right from the beginning. And so years went on, because nobody was really doing tribute bands back then. And when the tribute scene started happening, right around the late 90s, we decided, well, let's put a tribute together. And so it was just natural to do a tribute to Stevie Nicks. I loved her music. I loved her clothes. I loved everything about her. I thought she just had such an ethereal, otherworldly presence and great songs. So that's how it came to be. I actually got to meet Stevie Nicks back in 2005 when she actually heard our performance via a cell phone call. And she was back east touring with Don Henley at the time. And we didn't know she was on the phone, or we would have taken the call, obviously. But we found out later, through a third party, that she was indeed on the phone. And her management arranged for us, my husband and I, to fly up to Reno. And we went backstage. We had a pass and everything. And I walked up to her and I said, "Hi, Stevie." I said, "I think you heard me on a cell phone a couple weeks ago." And she just acted like she was so impressed to meet me. That's what got me. She put her hands on my shoulders and she went, "Oh my God, we tried so hard to get the call through." And I said to her, "Well, it's cell phone. Probably didn't sound all that good, but we do a good job." She said, "No, you sounded great. It's great to know people are doing my music and they're playing it well." And she said, in fact, and she leaned in really cute and said, "You just let me know anytime you want to take over, because I've about had it." And I just smiled, and we got a picture, and she's very sweet. She knows all about Mirage, and she's been very cool. I've met her a couple more times.
Oh, that's
The Mirage Band has been around for a couple years now. It was a spin-off of our very successful Stevie Nicks tribute called Donna, which we still do. But in this band, it's all 5 characters. So we've got myself as Stevie Nicks. We have Carla Buffa, who's Christine McVie. Bruce Lawrence, who is Lindsay, and he had to actually learn to switch from like how most guitarists play with the pick to doing all that Lindsay finger picking style, which is not easy. And so he's our Lindsay. And then we have Bob Whites on bass, and Richard Graham is Mick Fleetwood, and that rounds us out. As the summer's winding down and our busy season is coming to an end, and we've been really busy, we're actually looking forward to having a little more breathing space, but we continue to have shows almost every weekend, and we're actually, in a couple weeks, we're doing a few shows back east, back in the Midwest, and then back in Washington, D.C. And then we're also talking to some cruise lines about a little bit of a residency on a cruise line, and possibly a European tour, like in the spring. So there's a lot of things on the table. It's really exciting. It's really exciting.
great.
Yeah.
So you're making
It's a nice supplement. Let's say we're not getting rich. We're not being able to buy an airplane or anything, but it is a nice supplement. And the main thing about it is that it's just so much fun, and we just love what we do, and we hope that shows to the audience, because that's really, when it comes down to it, that's really the main thing it's all about.
You got the crowd up and dance, and you did a wonderful set.
Thank you. Well, it was our pleasure.
Anything else?